Hi there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your reading for the week of December 6th through 12th of 2021. Okay, so we're having exciting times in the world, in our lives. You know, it's December, which is always, anticipation of Christmas and things like that. You know, I haven't talked lately with somebody who dislikes this time of year. So, if you happen to be that kind of person that your experiences have taught you that it's not a good time, not an easy time, that kind of stuff, then I would appreciate hearing from you. Let me know how this is for you. And if you can still partake in, the anticipation and the weather and the shopping and the, all that kind of stuff, the good feelings, let me know how that is for you. I'm really interested to know. Okay, so we just about have all the cards out. And, just there it is. Just needed that one more. Okay, so you've got a situation going on. Oh, wow. Okay. You are seeing the situation accurately. Whatever it is you're thinking about this situation, yeah, you're spot on. You might be off in a few little details, but in general, the flavor of the situation, you've got the right way of it. It feels like other people are denying that it's that way, that there's somebody going, I don't know why you think that, because that's wrong. No, you're right. You've got it. Yeah. It's I don't think you want to be right. I think you'd rather be shown to be wrong, but you're not. And so it feels like you have a lot of very complex reasons for wanting to be wrong. One of those reasons is that you just don't want to upset the apple cart. You might have to. You might have to. Okay, and you'll have to speak. You'll have to say what you mean. You'll have to come to terms with it for yourself, because some parts of it you're not looking at. It's kind of like a head in the sand kind of thing. You probably want to be really clear within yourself on those things first, and even then, like, it'll be like the smallest little thing, comment or whatever, can make you question that again. But yeah, you're right. You're right. That's for some of you. So what's the rest of you? The rest of the people, the Geminis. Oh, you're just happy to be right. Okay, be careful to not brag. I could see you kind of doing this gloating thing, like, I was right and you were wrong. If it's a teasing fun thing, then yeah, go for it. But if it's true and real and you're like, I am better than you because I was right, yeah, maybe just leave that at home. That doesn't help the situation. That's like pouring fuel on the fire. But yeah, you can feel good about being right. I mean, why not? Sure. Okay. Okay, so it's time to, yeah, what they were talking about getting clear on all the details of this, and how any little comment or aspect or whatever can muddy it up again for you and make you think that you don't really know what you're talking about or whatever. Get out a pen and paper, and I do mean a pen and paper. I don't mean a computer. Get out a pen and paper and write down what you feel like you know, the things that you're really solid on, the things that you're not so sure about, the questions that have come up that have made you rethink everything. Just kind of go through that. It might help you, it might not, is kind of what I'm seeing. Some people are really helped by this, by getting it down in black and white and just understanding that. Other people are like, yeah, no, because these things have nothing to do with it. It's all about how I feel about it. And both of those are very valid. So you do you. You take it how it resonates. Do what you need to do to get your own thoughts and feelings clear about this. It feels like if you don't get clear on all this stuff, then you will always kick yourself for not having done everything. Yeah, even though it feels very much like you've done way more than most people would have, you've been trying really hard and working so hard toward this, and it's going unappreciated. Yes, you are seeing the situation accurately, but still, you need to know for yourself that you've done all the details. You've given everything a try. Okay, and part of this is to see the other person's point of view. So I'm hearing some of you say they won't share their point of view. I don't know what it is. I would love to see their point of view if only they'd tell me what it is. Yeah, so there's some communication missing, right? And it takes two to tango. That is absolutely for sure. So if the other person just won't play, your hands are tied. There's nothing else then that you can do about it. But you still need to communicate. You need to say, okay, I've been trying to understand what you're thinking about this, and I would sure appreciate if you'd share that with me. And some people just can't. Some people choose not to, but those things are their choice or their ability or whatever, and nothing to do with you. If there is still no sharing forthcoming, you still need to say, okay, well, this is the point I'm at in my thoughts about this situation. And, then they at least know what you're thinking. So then they have a choice. Just like you always have a choice, right? If they, like, same thing, you're feeling, blocked or whatever, because they won't share what they're thinking and their point of view is and stuff like that. But if you're not sharing yours, you're doing the same thing, right? You may think you're sharing more than they are, but maybe you're not really. Right? So maybe write it down. If you're one of those people who has trouble collecting your thoughts to speak out loud, and then the other person is very collected and they shut down all your arguments within the first 3 sentences, then, maybe you need to write it down and give it to them that way. We all know those people who are so eloquent, right? And they leave us just feeling confused about the whole situation when we thought we knew. Right? So it'll probably take more than one conversation, and be aware that anybody who their goal is to just be right, they are not even trying to understand you. And so with you, it feels that your goal is for the two of you, it feels like two of you, to come together and to be able to have agreement, or at least be able to coexist, right? The other person may not have that same goal. They may be just completely oblivious. They may be completely ignoring the signs. They just may not want to face it, right? So whatever that is, whatever stage they're at, you will have to just kind of read the situation, I guess, and still go forward as yourself. You can't wait your whole life for them to catch up. Okay. All right. Feels like a difficult time for you, a very confusing time for you. Your angels want you to know this will pass. Endings and beginnings, cycles and rhythms. Both of those mean basically the same thing, that everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. This is the end of this cycle. And it is necessary in order to make room for the beginning of the next cycle. This is something that has outlived its usefulness, is how that feels. It gets easier. So by now, this ending of this cycle, because it seems to me that you've had multiple readings that have kind of the same message in a lot of ways. It's like you're dragging your feet on it, and that may be because of the time of year, and there's nothing wrong with that. Your angels just want you to be really reassured that all things come to an end. And there are reasons for that. These things were absolutely gorgeous and beautiful for the length of time that you had them, but they're no longer gorgeous and beautiful, and they are no longer serving a good purpose for you. And so it's time to just naturally allow that to end. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Have some compassion. This is for yourself mostly. You've been struggling for a long time with this. It's been, when you think back, it's actually way longer than you realize that you've been struggling with this. And it's time to just cut yourself some slack. Let yourself be right. Let yourself know yourself. Let yourself know what you want, and be unapologetic about that. For a while, all these things, everything that's led up to here, it has felt like things were getting better and resolving. And then all of a sudden it was again, right? And you thought, oh my gosh, I thought we were done with this. I thought this was all figured out. And I thought it was going to be good going forward. It is going to be good going forward. It'll just be different. Okay. All right. So here we have the daily guidance cards. One last bit of wisdom. Energy work. If find somebody who does energy work, and they can do that over distance. You don't have to go do that in person. But just allow that, allow everything to be combed through and like the knots taken out of your hair, that kind of thing. It leaves you smooth and shiny. And it leaves you feeling at peace. It gets rid of the garbage, the clutter. It gets rid of the clutter and the static and leaves everything clear. Okay. For those of you who are, a practitioner of energy work, it's pretty hard to work on yourself. So please do find somebody else who can do this service for you. Okay. All right, Gemini. Everything is getting better. Everything ends. I want you to know how much I appreciate you for being here. And I love you. And I'll see you next week.